It makes money. How are all my money makers doing? Welcome, guys. Hope you had a great weekend. And this is going to be an exciting week ahead, I think. Lots of stuff going on in the markets, lots of things in the major overall markets. We had that big sell-off on Friday. February has always been known as a down month. So we actually, to finish February and be ahead for the month in its entirety, I think is a great accomplishment. We're up over 21% year to date. Obviously, we were up more this week, and we had a little drop. Every once in a while, you have a little hiccup, but I think we'll come back really, really strong this week. And lots of exciting stuff going on. Lots of news, lots of speculation going on in the markets, and also, one of our big holdings, CCIV, with Apple and all this stuff. And I'm going to put all the rumors to rest. I'm going to give you guys some insight. I'm also going to talk about why Tesla, I'm predicting Tesla is going to go below $500 in the next 60 days. I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to show you why. Just common sense, but it's going to happen, guys. I know you're not going to want to hear that, but it also could affect the rest of the electric vehicle industry and some other stuff. And especially it's going to affect things that are way overvalued in our industry. So I'll show you why. I'll give you my opinion on that, but who knows? The Reddit, the Wall Street bet people may not let that happen. They may take Tesla to $10,000 a share. You never know. But I'm going to try and show you guys why maybe some fundamentals need to come back into the market on some of these companies and some of these stocks, and why it makes a big difference. Of course, the OTC stocks, there's no fundamentals there. It's all hype and publicity, but the SEC is cracking down more on that. We'll talk about that today. So let's get right into it. Just to recap where we finished the week at. We had an awesome Monday and we had an awesome Friday. Unfortunately, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday last week were not in our favor. So we wound up down for the week about $600,000, or like 620, I think, 630, somewhere in there. Here's where we're sitting at. We have the CCIV, 60,000 shares. I would love to get called out of this week. So we wrote the $40 contracts, which gave us another dollar. If we were to get called out on CCIV this week, we basically would have a $600,000 profit this week on that trade. Another big sore spot for us is IDnomics. So that one, because it doesn't trade, so CCIV started trading the weekly options, which is really good. They don't have that on IDnomics yet. So we're kind of stuck on this one. I don't want to write something for 3 weeks from now just because it's still a long period of time. And if the stock was to come up 50 cents or a dollar, I'd rather just sell it and get out of it than have to buy calls back. And it's really not, for 10 or 20 cents, it ain't going to make a huge difference. Starboard is another SPAC play. This one, I'm tempted to average down in it, and it comes back a point. We get out of this thing and make a profit, but I don't know. Really hard to say right now. Jaguar, another SPAC play, and they're being played for a SPAC to include one of their units into it. This one's been all over the map, but this thing just keeps sinking. And when it does rally, it rallies hard. Last week got up to 350 again, and then it just plummets. So I don't know what we're going to do with this one. I did average down I thought I was doing a good trade at 270 because we had flipped those a few times. This is really tough. It goes below $2. Maybe I'll average down some more. I still believe in it. I think they're going to have some stuff going on with it. They had a secondary offering at $3.38. I don't even know how they're going to close their secondary offering at that price with the stock at $2.10, because it doesn't make any sense to who would want to buy it for 30% more than the price. CTYX, they have a symbol change this week, which is good. And they have some really good news. I wouldn't be surprised if this stock this week hit above 20 cents or more. This is so we'll be watching that very closely. NW Biotherapeutics, we're looking for some good news there. They had some good news last week. Just some of these got battered when the Dow went down, and some of the other stuff going on in the markets. Alternate Systems is our electric vehicle one. We've averaged down on this one. Hopefully we can just get a pop out of this for 4 or 5 cents. This thing has potential. It's been as high as 23, 24 cents. It's just, like I said, the markets just have to run. We got to get on that EV kick, the green kick. So OZOP, that was another one, just needs to come back. This one we made a lot of money in early on. So Ambio. So one thing is that when you look at the gain and the loss, it looks like everything's bad. Well, it really isn't that bad, because we're up over $1.3 million this year. one of the reasons everything looks bad is because we obviously hold on to stuff that looks bad, trying to have a comeback or average down. Stuff that makes a profit, we sell and make money. So you really can't see those things sitting there. So it's not really like it looks as bad as it does. So Bantech, this one here also, we made some money. We've just traded that many times. This one can pop right up really quick, for a penny or two. The other thing is, when you have that many shares in play, you have to remember, 1 million shares, this thing comes up, 2 cents. All of a sudden we have a profit. So this thing can move fast, and it has Sun Hydrogen. This is another one I like, another EV battery maker play. Same thing. This one's been higher. We made money on one time on it, flipping it. We just got to get this market, this area going again. Ascent Solar, just kind of across the board here. It's a similar story on some of these, but I think we'll see some of them hit this week, and hopefully we'll be able to take some profits. Same with this Forest Road acquisition. I've averaged down on this one several times. This one pops, 2-3 points when it goes. If this thing gets up to, 15, 14, even if it gets up $14, we're going to have a nice profit here real quickly. This can turn around really fast. I may, if it stays here, I averaged down last week. I sold it. I got another 200 of them, you remember, at 320. So those are profitable now. But yeah, it's not really that far off. Plus you have intrinsic value. The only thing, like I said, is it's not as fun because we have to wait these have 3 weeks into them that we're waiting. The good news is it balances. We have lots of cash on hand to trade with. We have $1.8 million in liquid cash. And for day trade buying power, we have $12 million. So we can get off a lot of day trades if we want to flip CCIV, or we find something that makes a lot of sense. This week I am traveling Monday and Tuesday. I'll be in Las Vegas, so I'll be coming to you live from the penthouse again. So I don't know how over crazy I'll be making trades. Like I said, I'm gonna take this week and kind of watch the markets, see what they're doing. Sometimes you can overtrade, and that's not a good thing. Also, CCIV, obviously, the one after hours was up. I wanted to buy some more of this. I think this thing's going to open up a couple of points tomorrow, just with the hype around it. But I want to talk about Tesla. This is one. It's been coming down. I've told you guys it was way overvalued. I'm calling for Tesla in the next 60 days to touch $500. And you're going to ask, Raja, why? Well, so let's talk about this. So Tesla, first of all, Elon Musk is raising havoc in the markets with his tweets. And it's not going to go over well for people, and people are going to lose respect for him. Obviously, we've said, he has a great product. He's a very smart person. But when you start manipulating markets, and some people are going to argue this and say he's not really doing this, but he is. When he makes these tweets, and let's look at Bitcoin. He tweeted Bitcoin and went to $58,000. He started buying Bitcoin when it was around 40,000, or he said he bought some. We don't even know for sure at what price, but this is big. So at one point, hit $1 billion profit. His company had more money in profit on Bitcoin than it makes selling cars. But if he didn't, I don't think he sold it. And if this thing dumps, if Bitcoin, what is he going to do when he has to report quarterly earnings? And this is going to be very interesting. This is why I think this could be a really big problem for companies to invest in Bitcoin. It's fine if Elon Musk wants to take Bitcoin and sell a car, and you want to pay, with your Bitcoin for a vehicle, and say, you know what, I want to buy a car, I'm using Bitcoin, and they're just immediately selling their Bitcoin off. But for a company that is raising cash constantly because they need money for expansion, and to be putting that money into Bitcoin, which is very volatile, that's, this $45 a share versus 50, or $45 a coin versus 58,000 a coin. That's a big gap. That's a big percentage move. Like I said, if at the end of the quarter, Bitcoin's at $60,000 a share, and he can say, look, our Bitcoin investment's up $1 billion, he's going to look like a hero. If his Bitcoin investment is down, let's look at this, guys. If his Bitcoin investment, let's say he's into this Bitcoin at $40,000 a coin for $1.5 billion worth. Let's say that Bitcoin goes down to $30,000 a coin, and all of a sudden he has a $500 million loss or $300 million loss, and they actually go from a profitable company to now they've lost money based on the fact that he put so much money into Bitcoin. He's going to have a problem. And Wall Street already doesn't like the fact that he bought all this Bitcoin. It doesn't make sense. Does he want to be an automotive company, or does he want to be a Bitcoin company? Does he want to be does he want to start mining? Then go, is he trying to go to, Mars so they can put miners on Mars and it's, better air conditioning and saves on electricity? I don't know. But this is going to be a big, big problem in the future. The other thing is you have to look at stuff like, that he's tweeted. Look at everything that he's hyped up, and let's look at where it is now today. For example, he tweeted Dogecoin, or Dogecoin. Look at Dogecoin now, 4 cents. This thing was 8 cents. This thing's lost almost 50% of the value of where it hit. People are losing real money, and this is going to be a real big problem, especially for Tesla. If any of this stuff doesn't go, he's going to have problems. A couple of things also, and like with some of the OTC stocks on Friday that dipped a little bit, you have to be careful. The United States SEC suspends trading in 15 securities due to questionable social media activity. And I keep saying this, and I'm going to tell you guys one that's going on right now with CCIV about Apple. But yeah, so they just suspended 15 securities. So we have to be careful what we're hyping or what Wall Street Bets is hyping to people. So let me explain this to you. I can come out and I can give my opinion. I can, just like I did about Tesla. My opinion is Tesla will go to $500, and let me tell you why. And I'm giving you real facts that I've researched on my own. Also, remember, guys, these are just my opinions. This channel is just for entertainment purposes only. And I'm just sharing with you the trades I make and what I'm doing in the markets. Also, big shout out to all our Patreon members watching today. And you guys on Patreon get all my trades in real time for being a member, plus access to the private Facebook group with the one and only Kenny heading up the research team. And just a tremendous job they've been doing. I've tasked Kenny this week. Oh, he got into it with me. I tasked him. I said, Kenny, I want 5 new stock plays that are going to be good. I want 5 solid winners this week from the research team for me to play. So he's had a busy weekend doing a lot of research. So I'll probably see a lot of posts this week about a lot of stuff. But let's go over stuff. So I can give my opinion. I'm not making anything up. I'm taking stuff that is true facts, that's in the news, that's real. But with the Wall Street Bets people, they're sometimes, so when they originally came out and the one guy said, you know what, this stock is overshorted, I think there's a great short squeeze. That's not illegal. There's nothing wrong with that. That is true research. It was true facts, and it's real. But now when the people are like, just hype this, let's just run this to this. Let's have, GameStop on Friday, the gamma squeeze. We're running GameStop to $800 a share. Are you guys, I mean, if somebody just lost common sense in the world, you're going to take a stock that was, $100. The highest it's ever been was $500. It's already being watched by every regulator in the world. All the trading firms are, manipulating and limiting trading. And this thing's going to go to $800 a share Friday in the gamma squeeze. It doesn't work like that, guys. And I can tell you right now, even what had worked maybe 2 weeks ago, a month ago with some of these stocks, it is going to be very, very hard to ever do that again with a lot of these larger stocks. So now let's talk about CCIV. Now they're hyping it as Apple is looking at it to acquire it, this and that, or not Apple, or Lucid. Well, first of all, these are these horrible rumors. So if Apple wanted to buy it, okay, they've known that Lucid is for sale or looking for a SPAC deal or raising capital, correct? Okay, why would they just not have gone there and made a deal? They have more money than God. They have 190 billion plus sitting in cash in the bank. Also, they've said that they're planning on a smart car or something related to the smart car industry 2024. So let's just pretend we have a little common sense and we use it. Well, they know something already if they have a date of 2024. If they had no date, they would just say, we're looking at cars in the future, but we don't know when. How was Apple able to say 2024? So they obviously know something, or Apple obviously does know something, it's the Apple, about when they have a car or they have a deal. 2, if CCIV wouldn't have just announced that they're doing a deal for Lucid if Apple was going to buy them, unless, why would they have just done this deal for $12 billion or, $24 billion, whatever the actual price of this deal is, if anybody can figure it out still. Apple could have just come in and said, we'll give you $50 billion. We want this car company. You're the perfect fit for us. A high-end luxury car. You're about to produce cars in 3 months, and we want to have a car out in 2 more years. 3 more, 2024. Something doesn't make sense. So these are rumors. And what happens is people start buying on these rumors. So like I said, I wouldn't be shocked on tomorrow to see CCIV up 3-4 points. God bless it. Like I said, I hope to God this thing's over $40 Friday and we're out of it. And I hope to God we can flip it a bunch this week and make even more money on it. But I'm just saying, be careful, be cautious, because this is the stuff and the speculation that people are making up. I'm giving you guys hard facts, and I'm trying to just explain to you when you're making these decisions or you're talking with people, because I have people coming to me and they say, Raj, Apple's buying CCIV or buying Lucid. I go, no, they're not. I mean, they could. Anything's possible. But these aren't coming from, high-end news agencies reporting. These high-end news agencies have been reporting for the last couple of weeks, Reuters and Bloomberg and all that, and CNBC, that Lucid was doing a deal with CCIV, correct? Well, it's weird why they're not mentioning that Apple's buying Lucid and the deal's off the table now. Well, first of all, let me tell you something. So they don't even have a letter of intent, I think they have their letter of intent or whatever they did now, but it's not even official deal yet. So let me say one thing. If Apple is really stepping in and buying Lucid, CCIV is worth $10 a share. So I don't know why anyone would be saying buy it. Apple is looking at buying Lucid, because if CCIV doesn't get this deal, it's back to $10 a share until he identifies a new company. So you guys really do some due diligence. Always think about these things. And I'm just saying, sometimes people get carried away in the hype and they don't really pay attention to the real facts. So that's all I'm saying. Just pay attention. The good news is, tomorrow, look at this, guys. The futures are skyrocketing. So this is looking like a really nice, strong recovery. And what does that mean? A strong recovery means all these little penny stuff runs, because when the major markets go up, what does that mean? Everybody has extra money. They go, wow, I had no buying power left. I was barely surviving. But my Dow stocks are up, and I have $5,000 now. What am I going to do with it? Well, hopefully they buy AABB, AMP, OZST, ALY. They buy everything that we have, and it makes it run. So these are just some things, and that's how the markets work, and this is how they react. Like I said, you still have, the Wall Street Bets people and these chat groups and the Reddit people, Wall Street Bets is Reddit, making these changes and making these announcements, but everything at the end of the day comes down to fundamentals. And like I've said over and over, there's a lot of people in the world with a lot more money than me, you, and all of us combined that can really manipulate these markets and do some stuff. Also, guys, big shout out to all our YouTube sponsors who have access to those really cool emojis and stand out in the chat. Thank you guys for your extra support of the channel. Much appreciated. But hey, guys, let me take some questions from you guys. What do you guys got for the Raja? Get some time for some questions. Somebody says, Raja, check out MSPC. Also, guys, when you have a stock you want me to check out, let me know why you want me to check it out. Like, hey, Raja, check out MSPC. I think the stock looks great. They're about to do an acquisition, I heard. It's been up 20% in the last 2 weeks. Give me some info. What am I looking at? Because otherwise, if I come over here and I go MSPC, Metro Spaces, it comes up. It's another OTC penny stock. It was down 5%. I can look at the chart for 3 months, and I can see that it's come all the way up and all the way back down. It hasn't even broke a penny, which is a really bad sign. But I know nothing about this, and there's zero news on it. And this company is so tiny and so out of touch with things, they don't even have a bio about the company. Also, they're losing money. So if you're asking me about this company and I'm looking at this chart, it's already ran. It was high as 0.003. It's been as low as 0.05. I would get the hell out of it and save your money. Unless you know something about it, I don't know. Hey, Raja, what do you think of BAYP? Same thing. I don't know. Bayport International Holdings. Sounds like a good one. It's up 54%, so that's a good sign. So obviously there is some news. It's 1 month chart. It looks like it's been all the way up here. It's come down a little bit, so it looks like it does something. Bayport International is a multifaceted holding company with proposed operations of strategic metals and precision metals and energy production. The company is focused on precision metals, rare earth, and other critical strategic metals. So obviously, if it's a metal company and they're specializing in like gold or stuff like that, I would tell you I don't know, because gold is dropping, silver's dropping. Remember, all the Reddit users pumping up silver. What happened? Silver's not $31 an ounce any longer. It's back to $26. What happened? This is real people with real money losing a real value. So I guess I wasn't even showing you guys these Bayport International, but you have to look at all that. But yeah, let's look at. Oops. Oh my God. But yeah, look at silver, $26.80. It was actually up. Look at gold. This is also an interesting sign when gold's dropping so much. That means, the gold market's getting weak. Silver is still, better than it's been. But you got to watch all that stuff when everything's, really, really dropping. Also interesting is Bitcoin. It's coming off its lows. Since we started, it's up $1,000. It's just insane watching that. Raji, can you check out RLFTF? They're working on a COVID therapy for the lungs that have done well in trials. Let me know your thoughts. RLFTF. I think we looked up that one before. That may have been one that the research team gave us last week. Or somebody gave it. It sounds familiar. Also, I think the markets are getting a lift from the Johnson & Johnson vaccination with the one-shot vaccination being approved. So that's good news. Based by a therapeutic company, the company's objective is to provide patients with therapeutic relief in serious diseases with high unmet medical need. So I don't know anything about it. Obviously, if they, it's for the last month, it really hasn't done much. But, if they, like I said, anything that, anything that you can get into and, has good potential, with something related to COVID that's going to help make a difference, you definitely have a year or two to play those and do really, really well. Roofs, if you wanted to free up cash, would you take losses in some stocks that you aren't that invested in? Yes. I mean, sometimes if here's the thing. If I think CCIV is done and there's no hope of it, going above 40, a couple of things. I may, look at what point I think, it's done just to free up. I got $1,800,000 sitting there. I don't need the cash right now. It's not affecting me. But I also may the next couple of weeks just hold it and just keep writing those calls for somebody else to acquire to just keep lowering the price, picking up money that way. But yeah, I mean, if all of a sudden, if there was another opportunity like CCIV where we made $1 million in a week, I saw those opportunities, I'd say, screw it, sell every single thing I have in here. We're going to go make, $5 million in a week. I mean, if the risk made sense, and we knew what was definitely happening, that would definitely be something to do. Let's see. New to investing, have about 5,000 to begin with. Where would you start? So you want to play some safe investments, with $5,000 and spread it around. Maybe it's 4 different stocks for $500, $1,000 each. Let's save some cash. Don't just do over the counter stuff. It's high risk. Maybe you do some options, look at a stock you like a lot that you want to acquire and sell a contract or two on it to acquire the stock that way. That way you're making a little money off the get-go. And if you don't get the stock, who cares? You made money. And if you get the stock put to you, you own it at a discount. So those would be some different things. We're also this week, guys, Wednesday or Thursday, we'll have the winners of the Webull Challenge. So we're excited to see those. Definitely should be good. Let's see. Check out the chart for CCL. I think they are on the verge of moving those boats again. Sure. CCL. Carnival Cruises. So all the cruise stocks are definitely, part of those reopening trades. So they're going to start coming up, in the next, time period here because everybody's, COVID is slowing down finally and stuff's reopening. The thing is, they're still, look at this, guys, they're still losing a lot of money. They're losing $13 a share. I mean, that's insane loss, if that's correct. Their stock's worth, they're based on their stock price, they've lost a third of their stock price. These companies have huge losses. So while it's great that, them and Royal Caribbean and Norwegian and stuff, they're going to set sail. They're not going to set sail with 100%. They're not going to set sail with 100% occupancy. It's going to start with 25, 50%. then it's not going to be the same. When you go on the, just like when you go to the casino now or you go to the buffets nowadays at places, they serve you. It's not really a buffet. It's semi-buffet. Imagine being on a cruise boat with 5,000 people and having to get everyone hand served on a buffet line, how long that would take instead of you just going through the buffet line, picking. Plus, I want to pick what I want. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes there's a dish. I'll give you a perfect dish. I always like in the Italian section on the buffets is the sausage and peppers. Well, the peppers give it great flavors. I don't need any peppers. I don't want any peppers. I just pick out a couple of pieces of sausage and leave all the peppers for all the pepper lovers. But when I go through the buffet now and they serve it to me, they just dump a bunch of crap on my plate I don't eat. So now I have a bunch of wasted food. I still eat the same amount of food. So now they're just wasting food, giving me extra food I don't need. So these are different things that add up. Imagine and making a salad out of how complicated the salad bar is. So they had the salad bar guy. When we were making the salads for him, I'm like, I want a little of this. Give me a quarter scoop of that, a drizzle of this. It's tough. It's not the same. Like I said, I'm happy. I'm all for everything reopening. You guys have read my blog post, especially in the big jackpot. I'm for everything reopening, everything getting back to normal and living a normal life. I love walking into my businesses and seeing them busy again. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The last 2 months, I've broken records. These are my best months ever, and that's even with COVID and having 50% maximum capacity. So things are looking up, and it's going to be big. Of course, they're saying this week if the job numbers don't come in correct, we could see a big thing. But I think the job numbers are going to be good because you have so much stuff reopening, so many reopening trades. Even like the casinos here in Colorado, the table games are back open. That's thousands of jobs back at work, that we didn't have a couple of weeks ago. So it's always good. No update on FPFI yet on that split. How long does that kind of thing take to get done? Sometimes they're pretty quickly. Sometimes it could take weeks. They should, and if you look at the news on it, they should have a date of when something's going to take place. But that's a great question for Kenny. And I would just Kenny can task the research team with getting us the exact answer. Penn Gaming buying Score. So yeah, Penn's making some moves, doing well in the online space, and as more people get in the online space, it's going to keep growing. So online, gambling is definitely going to keep getting bigger and bigger. So keep an eye on that and stuff. But hey guys, that's what I got for you. I'm traveling this week. I will be in Las Vegas Monday and Tuesday night for the show from the penthouse at the Cosmo. So that'll be exciting again. Then back here in the office. So Wednesday or Thursday, we'll have the winners of the Webull Challenge for you guys. Excited to find out. I saw a lot of entries or submissions coming in. Some people have done very, very well. Some people not so well. But we'll find out. It was for fun. So we'll see who the best trader is out there. Or I should say the top 3 traders, because we got a first, second, and third place plaque for you guys. But hey, I hope you guys all make lots of money this week. If you haven't subscribed to my channel on YouTube yet, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't followed me yet on Facebook, make sure you click on that follow button. Make sure you share, tell your friends about the Raja Makes Money, because the more the merrier. And hey guys, have a great trading week, and I'll see all my Patreon members tomorrow. Look for some trades, and I'll see everybody else tomorrow night live for Raja Makes Money, and see how we do on the first day of the week. Take care and have a great